One thing you spoke about to us was that there's a challenge of balancing current execution with future innovation, like be able to focus on like what you're working on now versus like what could be the next thing in the future. How do you balance that in your kind of day to day? Let's say that you do believe that some field within AI is the future and you should be building skill sets there. But the stuff you're working on now is just doesn't is not applicable, or it's just like there's no, let's say, a company buy-in to bring AI into your field of work today. How do you balance like doing your work today versus learning for the future?
So it's a great question. I think tech industry is one of such industry where constant learning is something that you cannot really take it out of your plate. Even though coming out of a college, you feel like I'm done with all my kind of education, so I'm going to work on it. I would really say even today, I dedicate myself 30 to 40% of really like, picking up and learning something is new. When I really say learning, the learning can be very different. Observing kind of like a domain or like an understanding the domain, or it could be like a practically like an applying, like building the skills and applying the skills of any of this kind of really sort. It is quite natural that you really happen to be in a company or you're working in a job that is not really offering what you think you want to learn. There is no shortcut for this other than really taking your time. I would really say time box it, what you do for work, and then really like take some personal time off and then really do learning of what you would like to do it. And then really constantly build that particular kind of like expertise and skill. And more importantly, I would have done in the past, like, use like-minded people or network or meetup kind of like forum where you're getting exposed to what you are not exposed in the current kind of job offering. So then you can at least get to know the people and to see, understand what is really happening. That may really open up a lot more connections and also like can give you a lot more perspective on what is that is going to be. So the point is dedicate some time for a personal learning that is not really being available in the current day-to-day job. So your time box will kind of really job and then we do some capacity for this as well. And then expose yourself to the field with the like-minded people and really build a network around it. And that will eventually lead you to the way.
And I added this in my question as a constraint, but I think maybe the first step really is to try to find out if your company will kind of let you learn on the job, learn in these kind of roles. That would be ideal, right? Where you are, the current execution is actually helping you build the skill sets that you believe are going to be
Yeah.
valuable in the future.
Yeah. And I do agree that that has happened to be that case. It is much easier accelerated path, but it's not, may not be the case in all the time for everybody, but that should not be the blocker.
If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering manager, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell.